Hi Gemini, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your October 1st to the 15th, 2020 reading for you. Now I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up and also to subscribe to my channel. And if you would like to be notified whenever I upload new videos, and I upload all the time, just hit the bell notification button. And if you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they are all located in the description box below. Now, before we begin this reading, let's clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from your body like storm clouds. Feeling yourself become calm, centered, and at peace as you enter into this safe and loving space. All right. And let's let the bull sing as we see what the tarot has to say. Gemini, October 1st to the 15th, 2020 Gemini. 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 Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Fantastic. All right. Now let's see what your chakra energy is for this time. Gemini, October 1st to the 15th, 2020 Gemini. 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 Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Ooh, okay, these three, fantastic. I like how they all came out together. That's really quite lovely. So we're starting off here with the I am presence, and this is my favorite card in the chakra cards, because this is saying, what is your I am presence? What are you crowning yourself with? And you might think that that sounds silly, but it really is quite powerful. It's the thoughts within your mind. I am strong, I am powerful, I am successful, I am bountiful, or I'm overwhelmed, I'm sad, I'm scared, I can't move forward, there's no way out, there's no hope. Which one rings true with you? Because you need to crown yourself with a level of beauty, with a level of positivity. And it's not lying to yourself, though at times it can feel like it. It's changing your mindset. Instead of, man, I'm always just going to wait for the next shoe to drop. It's always going to be hard. It's been one disaster after another, and I will never get to where I need to be. To, okay, what have I learned? What have I seen? How can I move forward? What is it that I want? And what is it that has been shaping me through this time? Your crown, your I am presence. The way that you are present within your body, within your soul, within yourself, to embrace your power. Is your crown beautiful or is it tarnished? Is it made for a ruler to be seen with now? Or is it some old relic that has forgotten its beauty and its purpose? What is your I am presence, and what do you desire? This then leads you to self-mastery. This is the solar plexus chakra, and you're going to see yourself mastering your soul, yourself, your desire, the way that you want to move forward. You're really putting things into perspective and really honoring who you are and where you are headed. As you do so, you embrace a truth. As you do so, you embrace a power of yourself and what you desire. So here, self-mastery is falling into alignment with what you desire as you're moving forward. It is looking at yourself more openly, more honestly, and a lot more truthfully. And so here, as you have self-mastery coming in, it's kind of like, what do I need to release in order to make life better for me? And it's being a little bit selfish. It is, because you're looking at what your self needs. And here with your chakra energy, it's like, how can I move forward as a powerful, bountiful individual? And then we have peace. What you really want, Gemini, and what you long for is peace. This is within your crown chakra, peace of mind, peace of heart, peace of soul, peace of self. And so here with peace, you are embracing what is important to you. Even if it's not important to others, that really doesn't matter. You're embracing what's important to you. You're embracing your desires, you're embracing your hopes, you're embracing your dreams, you're embracing your love, you're embracing your life. And here it is a sense of moving towards peace. It's saying, what do I need in my life that brings in beauty? What do I need in my life that brings in prosperity? What do I need in my life that opens these doors? And that's going to be a very powerful part of your existence during this time. Taking time to meditate, or to go on a walk, or to do something that just really makes you feel good about yourself and good about the way that you're moving forward is going to be really quite enchanting for you during this time, but also really powerful. Now, the left-hand side here is your inner self. The middle is your heart, your emotional self. The right-hand side is your public arena. So let's see what they have to say. You start off crowned with the High Priestess, which, absolutely love this card. There's a sense of knowledge coming in, of the veil being lifted from your eyes. God's source spirit, however you see the divine, the universe, is handing you a gift of knowledge, cutting through doubts and fears, knowing what it is that you stand for, what it is that you desire. This is a gift just for you. The Ace of Swords, because you are represented by the swords in the minor arcana, by the lovers in the major arcana, is going to be a very powerful tool that moves you forward. And right now, we don't have you taking it quite yet. Then we have the page, no, not the page, the knight, there we go, of Pentacles. This is earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, all right? And this is slowly and steadily moving forward in your prosperity. Right now, you're going to have a tendency to look towards the past, either thinking, oh my gosh, what have I done? I had it so much better before, or a sense of, how can I move forward without truly understanding all the mishaps of the past? That could be something that you're really focusing on, Gemini, because once you get something in your craw, it becomes very hard to kind of release it. I myself am a Gemini, so I definitely get that. But here, it's kind of like, look over your shoulder and see how far you've come. Not seeing, what you either wish you could go back to, what you resent having gone through, or angry about going through, or, trying to berate yourself over what has been. And so here, with the Prince of Pentacles, with the page, with the Knight of Pentacles, which I'm seeing some page energy around it. It's like a student, it's learning, and now you're able to defend, which is really quite beautiful. And then this moves you into the Queen of Cups. If you take the Zodiac out, the Queen of Cups is very, very similar to the High Priestess. So that is beautiful, also to the Empress. So that is a beautiful connection right here to the deeper emotions and mysteries of life and what you desire. If you put the Zodiac in, this is water sign energy, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. Then we have the Ace of Cups. So you are getting this gift within your heart of healing, of cleansing, of opening up your eyes and your mind. There's a release of negative energy, a release of tears, and you are most definitely taking this. You're walking away from something you once thought you would love. The clarity and the insights is really making this so much more clear for you. You have strength coming in, which is a Leo energy, a time frame of July 23rd to August 22nd. Right? You have the repeat of the number 8, which is really focusing focusing you on feminine energy, which is really coming in during this time. It is also going to make you very, very determined, but also a little bit kind of nitpicky on things, very work-oriented, very kind of, things have to be a certain way. Let a fluidity come through, but let the 8 energy be what guides you and what grounds you. There's also a sense of luck being on your side. You have the 4 of Swords, so this 4 of Swords energy is seeing everything that you have been through, seeing everything that you have accomplished, and not berating yourself for not doing more. You have to be kind to you. Then we have the Star, which is an Aquarius energy. No, this is Temperance. There we go. Which is a Sagittarius energy. This is November 22nd to December 21st. And this is a sense of having a balance to what you desire, to what you love, to what you want. And there is a sense of here, this healing, this insight kind of lifts up the energy of you and moves you forward in a very profound way. It really does. It then leads you to the 10 of Wands. So here, as you're walking away from what you once thought you would love, you're also putting down a lot of the burdens that you have been carrying and a lot of the weight that you have been carrying for others. Then we have the 6 of Wands. It's moving forward in celebration. And then we have and we end with the 3 of Swords. So there is something here about heartbreak, about pain, about disappointment that has to be looked at. It's kind of like once you look at it, you're able to release it. Once you step back and you see, everything that you have been through, you're not going to be as hard on yourself as you once were. You're going to be much more forgiving, much more kind, much more compassionate, which is going to be a very lovely thing for you. It really is. So let's see the people who will aid you during this time. Who are the people who will aid Gemini? October 1st to the 15th, 2020 Gemini. Who are the people who will aid Gemini? October 1st to the 15th, 2020 Gemini. Who are the people that will aid Gemini? October 1st to the 15th, 2020 Gemini. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides. Fantastic. So we have here the Queen of Wands, fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Now you have Sagittarius and Leo coming forward in this reading, so they can be ones that really aid you, but this is also a sense of fire, of passion, of desire, of the way that you want to move forward in your life. This is rolling up your sleeves and not being afraid to get dirty, and this is what this person shows for you. This is what this person embodies. This is a sense of hard work, dedication, passion, fire really coming forward. And this person's insights and understanding can touch your life, and in such a way that they don't have to be people that you know in real life. It could be their influence comes to you in any form of media, in any form that divinity sends it, but it's going to touch you in that way. It's going to hit your soul in that way of passion, of power, of desire to move forward, of, really working out the nitty-gritty of it all and really moving yourself to the next level. And that's going to be what this person really has going for them. There's also going to be a secret kind of sense of independence to them, all right, of knowledge that, you hadn't seen before. It leads you to the Lord. This is Aries energy coming in. So now you have all the fire sign energy forward. So fire sign energy and you are really going to play off each other very well. You can fuel fire sign energy very well. So here with Aries energy, this is a time frame of March 21st to April 19th. This is a sense of passion. Yes, it is. But it's also a sense of determination. It's like this person's will really, really, really entices you, but impresses you. That's it. It impresses you. It's kind of like you could be reading a biography is really what I'm seeing here. It's like it's somebody's story that either you know their whole life story or you know a lot of their life story, and you're looking at it and you're like, oh my gosh, wow. And this is a person that makes you kind of stand tall and stand firm within your life, within yourself, and calls to the power of Aries, of the warrior power, and brings that warrior energy forward in you. So that's really lovely. It doesn't have to be being, a cruel warrior. It is a person who is defending what is important to them. And that's what you really like about it. It's like, this is my truth. This is what I stand for. Because if we don't have anything that we stand for, what's the point? And then we have the Princess of Pentacles, Earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. This is somebody who opens up new insights when it comes to money, when it comes to prosperity, when it comes to the way that you are moving forward within your finances, within what you desire. And this is a person who takes things very seriously, who has a tendency to really think things through, who really looks at things and says, what is the basis? What is the bounty within this? And that's going to be something that really inspires you, because they let you see things rather intensely, rather personally, where you're looking at it and you're like, oh, wow, that's a door that I didn't think was going to be open to me, or that's a connection I never would have made. And now that the connection is made, there is a powerful insight, a beauty, and a passion to it that is really quite enchanting for you. And that's where the High Priestess comes in. You see behind the veil. You're not seeing what everybody wants you to see. You're seeing what truly is. It's like you're not being fooled. And as you embrace this wisdom, as you embrace this knowledge, you're embracing this truth within yourself. You can actually see yourself kind of stepping into your power more and more. You're trusting your intuition more and more. And that's why the crown chakra is going to be so important to you. What knowledge, what wisdom are you crowning yourself with? How are you walking forward? What is holding you back? And what are you leaving behind to move forward in victory? Because some things here, there are going to be really intense decisions that are made, or, you come to a conclusion within your mind during this time, and you look at it, and it has to do with the home. It has to do with the power of yourself and seeing everything that you've been through and giving yourself honor and respect. Because as the veil is lifted, as you look at things and you look at people more openly and more honestly, you look at yourself more openly and more honestly. You look at everything that you have been through, and all the hardships, all the disappointments, all the pain, all the suffering that you have conquered. And you say, this is my truth. This is what I desire for my life. And this is the way I'm moving forward to something so much more beautiful and so much more than I ever expected. And that's really going to be a powerful force for you during this time. For some of you, you are embracing a absolutely magnificent intuition, right? An empathic, understanding of things. Really let that become a part of you. Let your heart open up to it. If you're not ready for it yet, but you still want to be on that road, then, take it slowly. Believe me, as somebody who had to take this road slowly, you can say, I'm not ready for this, or I can only move this far into it. It doesn't mean that Spirit takes away this gift, that the universe says no more. It means that you get to pace yourself, and it means that things fall into divine timing, and the divine time may not be right for you to really take on all of it. It can be just too much emotionally, especially during this time in this world. It can be too much. So just know here that as you are moving forward, there is this brilliance, there is this truth, there is this power, there is this intuition, that if you sit and nurture it, it will grow. And if you nurture it only a little bit, that's perfectly fine too. It will still grow with you in many different ways. And if you say, you know what, not for me, that's absolutely your choice and absolutely perfect. There's also a sense here of divinity speaking in rhymes, in kind of like riddles. There'll be things that you know, but you won't know exactly, of course, how they're going to evolve. And so here it is trusting the riddles. It's sitting there and knowing that life is a mystery, and life has this beautiful mystery to it. And you get to let things evolve and develop. And yeah. And not always being in the driver's seat is not a bad thing. But you have this 8 energy, so you're kind of going to want to. It's going to be a little bit of a battle. And you have this Ace of Swords that is permeating this whole entire reading. It's in your inner self. Just like here, you're much more introspective. You're much more quiet. You're going to be looking at things and really embracing the emotion of it all, really embracing the depth of feeling and the quality of soul. And so here, as divinity hands you the gift hands you the gift of knowledge and of understanding that forms you and that really brings you forward. You're looking at things so much more honestly and openly. You're cutting through the doubts and the fears. You're cutting through a lot that has held you back before. But you're not taking this gift, right away. Because unless we have your subconscious taking this gift, right now we don't have a court card with the swords. So here it is permeating everything. You're seeing things much more openly, much more succinctly, much more powerfully. And you're looking at things within that power, within that understanding, to cut through the doubt, to move you forward in a place that you need to be. It's like the knowledge is coming. It crowns you with victory. It crowns you with bounty. And it can be, for a lot of you Geminis, it's looking at the heartbreak and the disappointment. It's looking at the pain and the hurt, and it's moving towards a victory. It's like the victory is coming in. Divinity is guiding you, and it's a confronting the pain that we kind of hide on the back shelf of our minds and say, oh, I'm just not going to look at that. So here with the Ace of Swords, it is the cutting through the doubts and the fears and the standing in your power and in your knowledge and in your understanding. And it brings you to a place of prosperity. You are slowly and steadily building prosperity. Now, you might sit there and say, oh, Dane, oh no, you don't understand how hard it has been. And that is absolutely true. And that can be why there's a lot of looking backwards here. And that can be why there's a lot of waiting for that next shoe to drop type of thing. But you have the strength of conviction, the strength of personality to move forward in victory. You really do. So here with the Knight of Pentacles, it's not that everything happens instantaneously. The Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving knight. It is a powerful knight, but it is a slow knight. So here you can feel like the prosperity that you're supposed to be embracing within your life, the bounty, the beauty, the magnificence is so much. It's taking so long. And yet there's a part of you that knows you deserve it, that knows you can work towards it and have it work for you. This is saying never give up. Never give up, never surrender. Never doubt the power that is a part of you and the beauty that is magnifying you. You may have to look at things astoundingly differently. I mean, the world has changed, right? And you may have to look at things in a profoundly different way than you have before. And part of the frustration could be you're looking back and you might be like, oh my gosh, I wasted all that time. Your time is never wasted. Nothing is wasted. It is time to look at things in a new light, in a new way, to move you forward in prosperity and in power. And now you have learned so much more, and you have such richer knowledge than you would have if everything went smoothly. And so now you move forward in prosperity. You're looking at that prosperity, and it's like, okay, this is for me. This is where I stand. And then you have the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups, water sign energy, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. Very connected here in this reading to, I'm just seeing this huge connection to the High Priestess. It's like the High Priestess lifts the veil. You embrace your emotions so much more deeply, so much more honestly than before. And here there is such a level of compassion, which you're going to find it very easy to have compassion for everybody else, but not for yourself. That's where you have to step back. And you have to sit there and say, listen, I need to be kind to me, as kind as I would be to everybody else. I need to make sure that I count and that I matter and that I'm carving out time and purpose for me. And so as that comes forward, there's a sense of love coming in. There's a sense of healing coming in. You might feel like, oh my gosh, now I'm dropping the ball. I'm not being the superhero I'm supposed to be. But nobody expects you to be a superhero. Well, you might say, yes, they do. But stop. Stop, because the more you do, and the more people sit there and just say, oh, you're supposed to do this, the less they'll actually appreciate how much you do until you stop. So here with the Queen of Cups, there is a beauty, there is a power to you. There is a mind of understanding. There is a heart of real truth. And in your inner self, you're really looking at what elevates your soul, what elevates your heart, what elevates your passion and your beauty and your life. You have the repeat of the number 1. That's putting yourself first, as terribly awkward as it might feel, as if, and you have your mind and your heart working together. And it might feel here like no. I'm supposed to be looking at everybody else. If I can just carry this longer, if I can just, conquer what has hurt me and never look back, it'll be fine. And it's like, no, it's love and it's the mind. It's the heart and the mind that need to come together. It's the way that you experience things emotionally and the way that you interpret them mentally that is coming forward. There's a sense of peace coming in, a healing of a broken heart. There are waters that are washing away the doubt, the fear, the anger. And there are moments where you can really feel this energy flowing through you. And there are other moments where you feel a resentment of, why did this happen? Why is everything so hard? And you can feel the tears coming. Let them come. Let your heart release when it needs to release. And don't sit there and say, oh, stoically, no, I'll just bottle it down and it'll be fine. It'll be fine. No, let yourself embrace your heart. Let your soul be embraced and let your power come true. Because as you do so, you're drinking deeply of waters of healing. As you do so, you're being anointed, you're being resurrected, body, mind, and spirit, to a place where your soul needs to be. And the hardships and the horrors of this world has to be looked at. The way that you have moved forward, what you have conquered. And this is like, okay, right here in your rooting line. This is looking at everything that you've been through and being angry about it. It hasn't all been sunshine and butterflies or a Disney movie where everybody gets to live happily ever after and the impossible becomes possible. Sometimes it might actually seem a little bit cruel that, those are the stories we get to grow up on, and then we get to live in reality. And it's so much harder than we ever imagined. But there is a queen of love here. There is a power and a beauty of love, of healing, of understanding, of compassion. It is love and healing and understanding and compassion for yourself, for what you desire in life, to look at the negativity that was spoken over you, the anger, the hurt, the pain that maybe you inherited through your DNA line, that you might have brought forward from past lives, that you see within your existence. And it's like, no more. No more. You're walking away from what you once thought you would love. And you really are. You're sitting there and you're saying, it is time to leave. I can't do this anymore. It's like having a really nice pair of shoes or a really expensive pair of shoes, right? And then you're afraid to wear them because they're going to get dirty, but they're shoes and they're supposed to, or that really beautiful pair of shoes that you can only wear for like 5 minutes because they hurt your feet so much. It's looking at things and say, what silly things am I perpetuating within my life that do not serve a purpose for me, that do not help me move forward, do not propel me to something more, to something greater. And with the Eight of Cups, as you walk away from what once was right, it was once right for you, or it was once where you kind of had to be, you, for one reason or another, it was something emotionally that had to be seen by your soul, right? And now you're moving on. You're done proving yourself. And I really see, it's like, I'm done proving myself. And I'm proving myself to everybody else. This is me. Like it? Fine. Don't like it? Fine. But you don't get to control. Like the rest of the world saying, this is what you're supposed to be, does not get to control you anymore. Other people saying, oh, but this is what you're supposed to be. It doesn't work. It's like, man, I'm done. I am done. And as you move forward in your power, as you walk away, as this healing comes forward, it takes tremendous strength. But it's not that brute force strength. It's kind of like when you start exercising, right? Or when you're exercising. If you push yourself too hard, you hit a wall. And it's just like, oh my gosh, I can't do this anymore. And you'll quit because it's just gotten too hard. But if you build slowly and steadily and you sit there and you listen to your body and you listen to what your body is telling you and how you feel, you can sit there and you can move past a point where normally you usually give up. And you're like, wow, now I've passed that hurdle and I can keep moving forward. I can keep becoming more. Your strength is not, just to kind of hulk it, just to destroy and push forward. That's what everybody thinks their strength is. But the true strength is the strength of love and compassion, the strength of beauty of soul and understanding of heart, the strength of knowing that you stand tall, and you stand strong, and that there is such a connection between you and divinity, such a connection between you and the world, that it opens up new doorways, it opens up new understanding to yourself and where you need to be. And this leads you to the Four of Swords. The Four of Swords is looking at, it's just like, but it's not that sigh of like the battle is over. It's like, oh my gosh, I have to look at this, right? And this is all the hurts, the pains, the disappointments that we go through, the anger, the frustration. And this is looking at the battle of life that we have been through. And instead of saying, wow, I can't believe you messed up that way, and I can't believe you got angry that way, and I can't believe, this had to happen, it was so unfair. You look at yourself as a survivor, as a person who has been through a war, who has been through the battle of your existence, and who stands strong, and who stands tall, and who has this beauty around you. And that is what your heart needs. It's like, that is where your greatest strength is. And then you have a spine like iron, this sense, or maybe a little bit more flexible, but this sense of, I can look at the eye of the storm. I can be in the center of the storm and see the chaos around me, but be that peace and not be hit by it. Or be hit by it, but not let it absolutely ruin me. Bring me to my knees. Take away my joy. Take away my prosperity. Take away my beauty of self and soul. And that's where the temperance comes in. In the public arena, there's a balance to you. People will mention it. They'll be like, wow, Gemini, you seem more balanced. You seem more centered. You seem so much more, And there's this sense of harmony, even if nobody comments on it, because nobody has to. They might be so absorbed in their own realities right now because, everything is really absorbing right now that they don't even realize that you're the center of peace, that you have this newfound calm and balance to you. And as you look at what you desire within your life, as you look at the balance that you move forward with, you're going to see things becoming more for you. You're going to see yourself becoming more understanding, becoming more, in harmony with yourself, balancing the day and the night, the chaos of the day with the quiet serenity of the night. And you're going to be seeing yourself balancing, the dualities, the light and the dark, the self that we show to the world and our shadow selves, the self that we say, oh no, that's wrong. And you find the harmony within both. You find that there is such a deeper depth of understanding and beauty and power to you that is really quite amazing. And that's what gives you the power, the understanding. It gives you an understanding to put down the burdens that you have been carrying. The 10 of Swords are these burdens, this chaos, this, these hardships. And you carry them with you. You carry your dreams. You also carry the dreams of your creativity. And you'll sit there and say, oh, it's such a long shot. I'll never be able to do it. You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised how you get to where it is that you want to be, the road that divinity takes you on. If you trust, it's not being complacent. It's not sitting back and saying, okay, I'll just sit on my couch, eat chips, and see what happens. It's, going after it. It's working hard towards it. But it's also, sitting there and knowing that there's a greater plan than you could ever have imagined that is leading you forward. There's a greater power at work. And so as you are embracing this sense of release, this end of a chapter, you're looking at what you want. You're also looking at the ways that, the burdens that you've taken from everybody else. And it's saying, you know what, maybe that wasn't right. Maybe I didn't make things easier for them or for me. And you know what? They have to hold these burdens for themselves because they're life lessons. And as you do this, and as you kind of step back a little bit, and not in a mean or a cruel way, because there's enough meanness and cruelness in this world, but in a way of compassion, in a way of love, in a way of truth. And you move yourself forward. And you reorganize. You see so much more clearly than you have before. And it leads you to the Six of Wands. It leads you to a triumph. It leads you to a victory. It leads you to being able to celebrate yourself. I like to see the Six of Wands as, and I see the Six of Wands as having a really good boss. Having that person that really builds you up, that makes you feel fantastic about going to work every day. And that person you work so much better for than the person who never gives you any credit, who always just demands more, who makes you feel horrible about yourself. That person you do not work that hard for, or you don't work hard for them at all. You show up, you're a warm body, and then you leave. So here it's kind of like, what type of boss are you for yourself in your life? Are you the type of person who is always going to criticize everything that you do so that there is never any celebrating? You could always have done it better. You could always have worked harder. Or are you going to start celebrating? And even if it's small celebrations, because, we sit there and we'll say like, oh, I'm not going to eat any cookies today. We eat a cookie. We're not the easiest people to rule over. And, we try to help others. But really, it's like, if we follow the rules that we have for ourselves and we are that disciplined, well-oiled machine, that would be awesome. But we're not. We're human beings. So again, we eat the cookie when we say we're not going to. We procrastinate when we know we have work to do. We do a myriad of things. And so it's being kind to yourself for that. It's sitting there and saying, well, that's part of the human, condition. And yeah, I might have, stumbled here, but I'm not going to do that again. Or tomorrow I will try to be 1% better. And if you're 1% better every single day, then all of a sudden, by the end of a year, you've completely transformed your whole entire self. And this is celebrating you. This is giving yourself that pat on the back, that good job that people need to be able to move forward, to be able to conquer their goals and live their dreams. It won't be exactly the way that you envisioned it, but it is going to be astoundingly powerful. The Three of Swords, heartbreaks, pains, disappointments, they have to be looked at. And it can be that as you move forward and as you celebrate yourself and as you find this balance, people start pointing out how you're not really as nice a person as you once were. You're not taking away all their burdens from them and now they have to do things and that's not cool. They don't like that. Or, you're looking at things and you're starting to celebrate yourself and you're starting to change the energy around you. And others might sit there and say, well, wait, now you're becoming a lot more positive and that doesn't feel comfortable for me. So what you're going to see here is they can kind of trigger things for you. They could say things that make you feel bad. It's like, well, should I change? If you're happy, if you're moving forward in a direction that brings prosperity into your life, that, upholds your responsibilities, but still moves you towards something lovely, why would you change it? This is also looking at the hurts, the pains, and the disappointments that have held you back. The things, the negativities, the trials, the tribulations that you have been through that have defined you. And this is looking at that heartbreak, looking at that pain, looking at that anger, looking at that devastation, and saying, you know what, no, I cannot live in that pain anymore. I can't have it be my truth forever. It's owning it. It's saying, you know what, I wish it never happened. But it's not letting it rip you apart and destroy you. There's a strength that comes from pain. And it is a strength here of victory. So let's go deeper. Gemini. October 1st to the 15th, 2020 Gemini, show me more deeply. October 1st to the 15th, 2020 Gemini, show me more deeply. October 1st to the 15th, 2020 Gemini, show me more deeply. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides. Show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Fantastic. So let's look, before we turn these over, at the people you need to be mindful of during this time. Who are the people Gemini needs to be mindful of? October 1st to the 15th, 2020 Gemini. Who are the people Gemini needs to be mindful of? October 1st to the 15th, 2020 Gemini. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels, ooh, wow, and spirit guides. I love that. They just were like these cards. So awesome. Put this down for you guys. So we have the King of Swords, air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Now, this person is really going to speak to you because they are an air sign energy. Air sign energy speaks to air sign energy. This is somebody who's going to be very sharp, very cerebral, okay, very logical, all right? They're going to look at things and take the emotional stance away. They're going to be like, nope, it has to be like this. And you're going to be looking at things from much more of a heart healing angle. You have, the Ace of Cups, you have the Queen of Cups, you have the High Priestess. There is no way during this time that you could be just logic. So this is a person that you need to be mindful of because you're going to think, oh, I'm wrong. I'm being too emotional about this. I'm not, doing what I'm supposed to be doing type of thing. This is also a person who cuts right to the heart of the matter. This person could actually have some really valuable things. And I hate to say it because they have this terrible, terrible, terrible approach, but they could have some really valuable things that need to be heard. But because they have this terrible approach, you're just not going to listen. You're going to be like, oh my gosh, here we go again. Always nitpicking, always angry, always this, always that. So what you're looking at here is somebody who cuts to the heart of things and whose words can be very cutting to your heart. But they might actually need to be heard just a little bit, like once you step back and once you take them in. But the nastiness, the kind of viperness around this person, that's not a word, but kind of biting mentality, that's something you just don't need and you really just don't want. So just be mindful of this person. And that's going to be one of the reasons why they kind of get into your head, because they say something that really has a lot of validity to it. And then they turn around and it's kind of like those people who can't ever give a compliment without taking it away. It's like, oh, I don't know what, like, oh, you look so good in that dress. Like, did you finally lose weight or something like that? It's always like, wow, you just have to just be a little bit nasty all the time, don't you? That's going to be this person. So just watch out. They might not even be a Gemini energy. They just have a viper's tongue. They really do. A Gemini energy or Libra, Aquarius, and air sign energy. There we go, Gemini. And then we have Sagittarius coming forward. Now we had a good Sagittarius here, and now we have a Sagittarius to be mindful of. This is somebody who is very, very connected with people, has this way with people, but closes the door. They close the door. Yeah, it's going to be like, no, listen, I can help you up to this point, but then I'm done. Like, I just can't. And this is going to be a person who is looking at things very spiritually and is on a spiritual path for them. They can give knowledge and understanding, but it's going to be, and of course this is the way it always goes, right? There's going to be the way that they interpret it. So don't hold this to kind of being gospel, all right? This is going to be somebody who is looking at things, who is weaving things together, who is connecting with people. And this can also be somebody who's usually very connective with people, but is just a bit off. Just dealing with their own issues, dealing with their own dramas. So that's also something to consider. And then we have strength, which is Leo energy. Again, you have a really good, positive Leo energy here, and now you have a negative one coming forward. This is somebody who uses brute force strength. It's kind of like, you will do what I say because I said so, and that is that, So here, as you are moving forward in your passion and in your power, do not let yourself be bullied, because this is going to be a bully. This is going to be these two energies, the King of Swords and the Strength card. They're the Leo energy. They're going to be bullies. It's like, this is what happens. This is what needs to be done. That is that. And this person here with the Sagittarian energy, they're really not operating on this world. They're really connected to something so much deeper, or so, not what you're looking at right now, that it's going to be hard to really understand them. So let's see here. We have the Three of Wands, new horizons, new power coming forward. We have the Death card, a dying away of the old self, a rebirth of the new. And then we have the King of Cups on top of the Queen of Cups. So that is really, 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 really beautiful. This energy coming together. There's this power, this masculine, this feminine power around you that is moving you forward, that is helping you stand in your strength. It can be strong Scorpio energy during this time. Here, as you look back, you're seeing that the past is gone. Like, it cannot be changed. It cannot be redone. What you have to do is look towards the new horizons, the new way to move forward. It then brings you to the King of Wands, fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. This passion, this beauty, this power that has you, this fire that has you taking what you love and has you moving forward, no longer in fear of the change, but in a sense of, I need this. I need this change to be a part of me. As you are embracing your strength and moving forward, you move towards the Ten of Cups, which is love and healing and temperance. Temperance comes through again. Again, this Sagittarius energy comes forward, a pouring from one cup to another. And here, there's only one jug in this card, but here there are the two cups, and it's always expanding, always gaining an understanding. Nothing is lost. Everything is gained. Then we have the Ace of Pentacles. This is God's source spirit, however you see the divine, the universe, handing you a gift of prosperity. This is over Temperance and the 10 of Pentacles. So the 10 of Wands. So this is as things become balanced and as you take the weight off your shoulders. Then you have the 9 of Cups, which is love and beauty around you. This is going to be way easier for others to see than it is for you. And then you have the Empress, which is absolutely a gorgeous way to end. You start in the main part of the reading with the High Priestess, you end with the Empress, and that is beautiful. The Empress is reclaiming a throne you thought you lost as you release the heartbreak and the pain and the disappointment that has been such a intense and traumatic part of your life. It's like no more. So here, it's not no more in the sense of, it doesn't have an effect over you anymore. The pain that we have been through will always have an effect on us, but it's no longer going to be in the forefront of our minds. The 3 of Wands, and you have the repeat of the number 3 with the Empress and the 3 of Wands, is moving you forward in passion and power. You are seeing things more clearly. You have this keen intellect, this keen understanding, and you cut through the doubts and the fears that have held you back. And now it's like, all right, a new horizon awaits for you. You have this dying away of the old self, this rebirth of the new. The past is gone. And there is a mourning of it, but there is also an acceptance of it. There's a sense of walking between worlds, between the spiritual self and the practical self as you move forward, as you embrace the shadows, as you look at things more leveled, more honest. Yeah. Instead of thinking, oh, well, these people have the answers, you're sitting there and you might very well be saying to yourself, wow, everybody just has a heck of a lot of questions. Scorpio energy is a time frame of October 23rd to November 21st. And that's how you're going to be able to move forward, all right, with this transformative self, with this transformation of power and desire, but also with an understanding that the past belongs where it is, behind you. And then you have the King of Cups, and I love that, the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups. Together, yes, they are not of the same deck, so, they don't have the same power that they would if they were of the same deck. But there is a beauty, there is an absolute power coming through of the heart, of your soul during this time that is amazing. This is, this is being able to be the ruler of yourself. And I know that sounds so contrite or so trite to say, like, oh, be the ruler of yourself. Okay, cool. What the heck does that mean? It means exactly what I believe Spirit was saying about it in another one of the cards, and I can't remember which one, about how we don't listen to ourselves. How, we sit there and say, I'm not going to eat the cookie, and then we eat the cookie. This is in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. The King of Cups is the king of his own little world. He's the king on this rock in the ocean. And yes, it's implied that he's the king of the kingdom behind him, but it doesn't have to be that way. We are all kings of our own world, of our own self. And yes, it's implied that we are part of a greater whole, but if we do not rule ourselves, then how do we contribute, or how do we move forward in that greater whole? And so here, with the King of Cups, there is a sense of embracing your love, of embracing your heart, of embracing your soul, of embracing you, and saying, this is what I need from me, and this is how I need to show up for that. And then letting other things kind of fall into place. But it's not making yourself a servant to everybody else. It is being able to rule your life with power of understanding and dignity of being. It moves you to the King of Wands. You have this passionate, fiery energy here as you accept this healing and as you move forward. Know that you are this ruler. You are this king of passion, of fire, of rolling up your sleeves, of going after what you desire, of looking at the bigger picture and saying, this is where I want to be in my life, and this is what I want for my existence. And as you do so, you see things much more openly, and you see things much more honestly, and you look at your truth. You look at your truth with a dignity and respect that you hadn't seen in it before. And that's going to be beautiful. That's going to be changing. It's the King of Transformation. And you have the transformation here. It's the new horizons lead to a power of imagination and passion, and the reason you get out of bed in the morning and start to bring gifts of prosperity. It doesn't mean you hit the jackpot, but it does mean that you get something that you value as much as money coming into your life, something that has tremendous prosperity to you. And then you have the Ten of Cups, which is my favorite minor arcana card, bar none. The Ten of Cups is, and they all live happily ever after. At your heart, this is what you're using your strength for. This is what you're walking away towards. Now, the Eight of Cups is my divorce card, all right? So this doesn't mean that you have to be getting divorced at all. You do have a happily ever after here, so that's very lovely. But it's a divorce from, it's something as powerful as a divorce. So it's a divorce from a mindset. It's a divorce from a way that you thought you had to be in order to move forward in success. And it is a stepping into your power. It's a stepping into your truth. It's a stepping into your bounty that brings you blessings, that brings you love and joy and acceptance and understanding, and it moves you. Yeah, it is your greatest strength, and it moves you to a place of balance. As you look at everything that you've been through and how hard you've worked for this, it moves you to a place of balance. You also have this strong connection with Sagittarius energy, which is your sister sign in the zodiac. So that's a really cool connection that you have. Yeah. Yeah. And there's a balancing of the day and the night, of the desires and the truth and the passion that you need to move forward. Your angels are right there with you. You have a gift from God's source spirit, however you see the divine, the universe, of prosperity. You, again, are walking into this balance. You are looking at your prosperity, your wealth, your desire. You're looking at your passion, what drives you. And there's a gift coming. There's a gift that makes things a heck of a lot clearer, that brings much needed understanding. And it moves you to the Nine of Cups. It moves you to a beauty radiating around you. It moves you to a love becoming a part of you. It moves you to a peace as you move forward in victory. And as you release so much of what has been holding you back. You're not going to see this. Others are. You might see that other people are very drawn to you. I wouldn't be surprised at all. Others are being very drawn to you during this time. You have this sense of calm about you. It's like you're keeping your head when everyone around you is losing theirs and blaming it on you. But you make allowance for their doubting too. That's the Kipling poem If, which is one of my favorites. And it moves you to the Empress as this radiance comes from you, as you start to see it. And I love that you have the Ten of Cups then counting down to the Nine of Cups. You have this transformation here with the Death card, right? This transformation brings a happily ever after. It brings something beautiful. This dying away of the old self, this rebirth of the new. It brings something beautiful into your life that gives you a radiance, that kind of brings wishes granted, but changes so much of the way that you perceive you as you start to see it. It's like as you start to see this, as you start to embrace this truth, this passion, this power, it changes everything. And it's starting to walk in this glory. And it brings you to the Empress. Here, it's 3 on top of 3, you know? This gift from the divinity, it brings us pain, it brings us sorrow. And it's saying here, do you stay in silence or do you claim that throne that you have lost? Do you claim that space that seems to have been robbed away from you? Do you claim it? Do you own it? Do you move forward in its power? Or do you let the hurt keep coming? Do you let it weigh you down? And do you give up on your dreams? On what you want and what's important to you? I mean, that's a harsh thing to say, but sometimes we have to hear it. It's like, are you willing to walk away from it? Are you willing to walk away? And there's something profound here that you are seeing. Because, Gemini, you're not willing to walk away. You might have to change your game plan, and divinity is going to guide you. But you're claiming back a throne you thought was lost. You're claiming back a power you thought would be denied to you forevermore. And as you claim it, you claim a truth, a passion, and a beauty of yourself. Let's see what your spirit animal message is for this time. Gemini. October 1st to the 15th, 2020, Gemini. October 1st to the 15th, 2020, Gemini. October 1st to the 15th, 2020, Gemini. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. All right, fantastic. And the beautiful thing about the spirit animal cards and the spirit animal messages is that whenever you see these spirit animals, or whenever you see these animals in the wild or an image of them, that's your angels and your spirit guides tapping you on the shoulder saying, remember this message, Gemini. So we start off here with the crow spirit. I love it. So the crow spirit here says co-create with spirit. Co-create with spirit as something that once seemed dark, that once seemed, as if it didn't hold a blessing, starts to bring you a blessing, starts to bring you a new way of seeing things, a new power within yourself, an embracing of your soul. It's finding that there is a depth to you. There's a depth to what you are going after, and that connection that you had with spirit, that you have with spirit, that is absolutely breathtaking and absolutely redefining. You're co-creating your future, you're co-creating your present with spirit, and it's becoming something so much greater than you had anticipated. And then we have the hummingbird spirit. Be here now. Be present. Be present as you move forward. Be present as you embrace your strength. You're stronger than you think you are. Be in the here and the now. And as you are here now, you have the skunk spirit. Know your worth. Don't undersell yourself. Don't sit there and think, oh, wow, this could never be me. Know your worth. Know your power. Know your understanding. And claim it. It's a hard road. It's a long road. It's not always fair. It really isn't. And sometimes we know more injustice than we don't. But you claim your worth. Even if others sit there and, think it's stinky. No, you claim your worth. You see your beauty. While they laugh, you embrace your soul, your truth, yourself. And you'll see. You'll be the one with the last laugh. Your subconscious message. Ooh, will these stand? Okay. Let's move these like this. Fantastic. Your subconscious spirit animal message. I love it. It's the white raven spirit. This says trust in the magic. And that is exactly what you're doing. Ravens are astoundingly smart birds. Astoundingly. They can learn more words than most parrots. They are just astounding. And that's it. You are going to be underestimated, but you are taking on an astounding knowledge, an astounding power. And there's going to be a sense that people look at this and they laugh. It's kind of like, it's kind of like how ravens used to be hunted all the time as, pests and predators. And now we're starting to see their worth. We're starting to see their beauty. We're starting to see their wisdom. And that's going to be exactly it. And there's a meeting to life with ravens. So here you are connected to this power, to trusting in the magic for life. It's like trust in the magic, trust in the bigger picture. It really is astoundingly a part of you. Your subconscious person message is Aquarius. Yeah, and we saw this before. Didn't I say temperance was Aquarius, and I made that mistake. But here, there is that Aquarius energy just coming through the cards as being an astoundingly powerful point for you to recognize your dreams, to look at what you desire, to look at your soul's wish and your star's hope, and to pour those waters forth into the world, and to let them be a part of you, to let them connect with you, body, mind, and spirit. And it moves you to your subconscious chakra message, which is communication. Now, Gemini, you are excellent at communicating. Use that. Look at every nuance that the person is bringing you, every word, every look, every way. And you're also going to be communicating on a much higher level, kind of intuitively. You'll find that you'll be thinking about somebody and they'll call, or, things like that will start happening. There's going to be this sense of synchronicity around you because the realms of your communication are so powerful and so beautiful. And then we have your subconscious tarot message, which is the Hangman. Subconsciously, you do not see things the same way as everybody else. That is a blessing, it is not a curse. Well, it can seem like both. It really can. But don't sit there and think you're wrong because you're not conforming, because you're different. So what if you're different, and don't act like them? Don't change. and be someone you're not. And that's also from a poem. Know that you have the power to move forward. That being different, and if you've stumbled across this channel, you might have felt different your whole entire life and wondered why. But why would you like to be like everybody else? They all seem so endlessly happy, so seamlessly perfect. Because they don't to me. You see situations differently. You see people differently. Embrace that. To go deeper into your subconscious message, we have judgment reversed. Subconsciously, you... Oh, that's interesting, because Spirit is saying, here it's a resurrection, right? You might not feel like you're rising, all right? There might feel like there's a blockage around there of the gifts that you are taking in from your angels. But subconsciously here, there is also a release on judgment. It's like, I'm not judging. I'm not judging. I'm not going to be a part of this angry, pointing fingers, who can yell louder than the other judgment that is going around in this world. And though it might seem at times subconsciously that you want to rise, and there's something that's making you stuck, it's a releasing of judgment. It's a releasing of caring what everybody else thinks. And it's a moving forward in the power of you and your angels. And really answering that trumpet call personally, you know? Really seeing, because here she has, oh, and I forget what it's called in Judaism, in Hebrew, you know, here, that horn. So if you know, please leave it in the comment box below. But there's a need to hear that horn. And it might be, have you ever tried to blow one of those? It's astoundingly hard. So it might be astoundingly difficult for you to even be able to blow that horn of triumph, to respond to the horn that you are hearing your angels blow for you. So know here that your angels aren't judging you. If something feels a bit more tricky, if you're sitting there and wondering why you're stuck, kind of step back and realize the way that you're seeing it, you know, the way that you're looking at things, there's a different route. There's a different way. There's, you know, it's kind of like, don't look at it the same way everybody else is looking at it. Bring a bit of magic to it and pour your waters, pour the creativity, the passion, the desire for what you want, and listen, really listen. Meditation would be so powerful for you during this time. All right, Gemini, I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I'm sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we walk forward, knowing that we are different and not caring how others judge us, but caring about our connection with divinity, with our purpose, with our souls, with our passions, with our bliss, to be able to move forward towards something so much more than we had ever dreamed. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Gemini.